representation. So this last one you have studied in mathematics, so it will be easy for you guys. You guys should have you should teach me. But these three things are like new things to you. So coming to this impulse response. So what is this impulse response? So you have a LTI system here. You have them input to the system. You get them output from the system. So what is meant by impulse response? So what is the response to the impulse of the system? Then it is called as impulse response. Okay. So if you have y of t is equal to x of t minus 2, in order to get the impulse response, what you have to do? Y of t is equal to del of t minus 2. So this is how you get the impulse response of the system. Okay. So now, whenever you study a particular topic or whenever you take a particular subject, you should ask yourself why I am studying that one. So for example, you're studying network analysis, right? So you're studying like different circuits, RL, RLC. So you should ask first yourself like where I'm going to apply this, why I am studying this, and in future where I will apply these things. Okay, maybe synchronous or induction motor subject you are studying about these vectors or like machines, equivalent circuit. Ask yourself where is the application point of view. That time your life becomes easy. So I do not want you to rush into this subject called convolution. So let me explain you by giving an practical example where we use this convolution. Why do we need this convolution? Okay, basically convolution is just a operation like addition, multiplication, subtraction, division. Convolution is also operation. So addition, how do you do? 2 plus 3, you have 2 apples and 3 apples. What you will do? You will add those 3 plus 2 apples to get 5 apples. So the same operation, the same thing, there is a separate thing called as convolution. It is a separate operation. Okay, so that thing we are going to learn. So coming to the application where we are going to use this convolution. Okay, we are going to use this convolution in image processing. So where do we use this in image processing? Okay, so in digital image processing, convolution filter plays a important role in edge detection and related process. For example, you have a butterfly here. You apply this convolution, you'll get this border or the edges of the butterfly. Okay, so why, sir, why do we need this edges of the butterfly? Why are you taking only the edges? So what does this help us? So what is your main aim? So what are you trying to achieve here? So you may ask a question. So if you take the actual photo size of this butterfly, it might be some 25 MB to 12 MB to 25 MB if it's a good 64 MP camera. But in order to process that, so if you want to process this image for some particular application or you have to develop some model, then do you think 12 MB or 25 MB processing many images will help you? No. You have to bring down the image by keeping the features as it is. So this convolution, it's like a filter. So I think you have seen most of the people smoking cigarettes, right? So there will be a filter in the cigarettes. So why do you think this filter is used in the cigarettes? You have observed, you take any cigarettes, there will be a filter here, and here there will be this tobacco. So why do you think this filter is used? The filter is used to remove the unwanted components. Like it will not directly enter the smoke, will not directly enter, but it passes through the filter, and it will help your lungs to a little bit extent. Please don't smoke. Okay, so in the same wise, convolution. So convolution is just a filter. So let me take the example of some water here. Okay, so this water is polluted. So if you want to clean this water, what you will do? You will use filter and you will get a good water. So in the same way, this convolution is also like a filter. It can, act as a filter, and it can take only the major components which is required for our process. So as I told you, the butterfly image is of 12 MB and 24 MB. This can be reduced using convolution only this edges, maybe to 1 MB or less than that. Okay, so in computer you can easily process that for your particular application. Okay, so this is the first application. And then in DSP, if you take, so I told you why signal system is very important, because you'll have a subject called DSP in the next sem. So in order to get that, you should have a strong basis of this signal system. So what I request you to do is always, write this subject and practice, so it will remain in your head forever. So write and practice, so you'll not get this subject easily. Okay, then okay, uh, then in convolution neural network. Okay, so in convolution neural network, you will use this convolution process. Okay, like filters, as I told you. Okay, in present technology like machine vision and artificial intelligence, so this is what is trending. So whatever I'm teaching you is applied in the present day. So if you check any jobs, highly paid jobs are like machine learning, artificial intelligence, and those kind of things. So in order to know that, you should have a strong basis of the signals. So machine learning, artificial intelligence, all this basis is signals and systems. Okay, now I told you I'm going to explain you convolution today. But if you ask any lecturer, he will just begin with the equation: convolution of f of t into convolution of x of t, summation k is equal to minus infinity to infinity f of t into x of h of t minus k, like that he will say. But I do not want to go like that. So let me take them present day situation. Okay, so what's happening in the present day? Present day there is COVID. So there is COVID everywhere. So let me take that as an example and make you understand the concept of convolution. Okay, for example, you take the COVID situation which is going around. Okay, then there are patients. Okay, and there is vaccine cure for them. Okay, so let us take a condition where a patient requires 3 dosages for each day. Okay, so there will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so this should be Friday. Saturday and Sunday is holiday. Okay, okay, because it's lockdown now here. Okay, so let's take the treatment plan where every patients get 3 dosages of cure. So 3 units of cure, what I meant is like 3 units of injection. Okay, so in order to explain, I am saying that. Okay, so for every day there will be 3 units, and there will be patients like 1 patient on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and 5 on Friday. So my question to you is, how much medicine is used on each day? ಒಂದು ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? So to understand or solve this, what is the basic application? If you give this problem to a small kid, what he will do? Simple, it's just a multiplication. So each patient will get 3 units. So 3 units is this vaccine. And how many patient schedule? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is your patients. In order to get the total daily usage, so every day how much units or how many units or dosage of vaccine is used, what you will do? You will simply multiply. So 3 into 1, 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, and 3 5s are 15. So you will get them total daily how much units of vaccine is being used for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So here the calculation is simple, but we will see what will happen if the COVID mutates. So first, in the first wave of COVID, what happened? No, it was like simple, there were beds availability, everything. But now what is the situation? The situation is getting worse day by day. The number of beds availability is less. So how much ever vaccine you take, it's like we can't ensure your safety. So let's take the condition where there is COVID mutation. Okay, now the COVID is mutated. Then if you are a doctor, you will change your treatment plan. So instead of giving one dosages, your new treatment plan will be 3 dosages for the first day, 2 in the next day, and 1 in the last day. So if a person is coming, he has to take, in the Monday he has to take 3 units, Tuesday he has to take 2 units, and Wednesday he has to take 1 unit. Okay, so previously what, there was only one dosage. If he comes, he'll get 3 units of injection, it's over. But now since COVID is mutated, it is 2 and 1. Okay, then list of patients. So list of patient, let it be same for our understanding. So list of patients is like 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and 5 on Saturday. So this is the list of patients, and this is the vaccine, like new treatment plan. Okay, now if I ask you, now for this dosage plan or this vaccine plan, what is the medical usage or the dosage usage on each day, what you will do? No, it's not the simple multiplication as it is like previous. In previous you just multiplied, right? You can't multiply here because there is like different plan here, because 3 dosage of units on the first day, the same patient has to come on the second day, but on the second day there will be these 2 patients, right? So we will see how to solve this problem step by step. Okay, so let me take on Monday. So on Monday, what happens on Monday? What happens on Monday? Let me use this red ink. So the first patient comes. So on Monday, the first patient comes and take, for first day how many units I told? 3 units of dosage. So total dosage units consumption on Monday is 3 units. Now the patient comes on Tuesday. So what happens on Tuesday? Let's see. So on Tuesday, what happens is, so now you have on Tuesday, this is the condition. So this is for Monday, this is for Tuesday, this is for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Tuesday, what happens? 2 patient comes. What they have to take? 3 units of medicines. But wait a minute. This one patient who has taken 3 units on Monday, he has to come on the next day and take this 2 units of medicine. So it will be 1 into 2. So it will be 6 plus 2. It is 8 units. Okay. Now Monday is over. Monday is over. Tuesday is over. Let's go to Wednesday. On Wednesday, what happens? Okay, let's see. On Wednesday, there are 3 patients on Wednesday. How many units of blood or how many units of vaccine they'll take? 3 units. Okay, plus these 2 patients has to come, the previous 2 patients has to come, and they have to take 2 units. Then this first girl or first person, he or she has to come and again take this remaining 1 unit on the last day. Okay, so it will be 9 plus 4 plus 1, so it will be 14. Okay, so if you go on doing this, it will be difficult for you, right, to calculate. So let us come up with a procedure, because we are engineers, we are there to develop procedures. So let us understand this with the intuition for convolution to solve this COVID problem. This COVID problem means like the present which I'm showing now. Okay, okay. So okay, let me erase this so that it will be easier for you to understand. So I told you there are like 3, 2, 1. So these are the medicines and the days. Like 1 patient on Monday, 2 patients on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and 5 on Friday. Okay. Now, what is the intuition or what is the idea which I'm following? Please observe here. So you have your patients here. So imagine I flip the patients. So imagine I flip the patients. So if I flip the patients means I'm not doing ulta here. I'm not doing the patient ulta, but the order in which the patients come, like let it be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now let us imagine we have 3 separate rooms. So there will be 3 separate rooms, not your OYO room. This is your hospital room. So 3, 2, 1. So this is room number 3, room number 2, and room number 1. Okay. In room number 3, you will get 3 units of vaccine. In room number 2, you will get 2 units of vaccine. And in the last day, you will get 1 units of vaccine in this room number 1. So this is room number 1, room number 2, and room number 3. So now see how I am going to solve that. How many medicines is used? Because it's difficult, right? There is a overlapping of patients. So I'm going to come up with an easy solution because I'm an engineer. So let us take on Monday. Now the rooms 3, 2, 1. Only observe this Monday. Don't observe other days. Only observe this Monday. So I told you the patient 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So on that first day, there will be only one patient. So this is your first patient. So 3 into 1. So 3 units in first day. So this is the same answer which we have got. So in the second day, you just have to shift this by 2, because there will be two patients coming, right? So on the second day, there will be 2. Okay. So this 3, 2, 1 room number, let it be as it is. So I am moving the patients on each day, because each day the number of patients is 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, and 5 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So on Monday only one patient is there, and they'll get 3 units of blood. On Tuesday, so two patients on Tuesday, but this one patient from the previously, because they have to take this 2 units of blood, right? Sorry, 2 units of vaccine, right? So that, so 3 into 2, 6, plus 2 into 1, 2. So total units is 8 units. So 8 units you have taken. On Wednesday, what I will do again, I will shift, because 1 unit of that Monday, 2 patients from Tuesday, and 3 patients from Wednesdays, so they have to take 3 units, 2 units and 1 unit. So in order to make the procedure simple, in order to make the calculation easy, I'm following this procedure. So 1 into 1 1, 2 into 2 4, 3 into 3 9. Okay, so 9 plus 1 plus 4 is 14. Similarly, what you will do for Thursday, just shift this. So this first patient, his or her dosage is over. Okay, because three units, if you observe this one, 3 2 1, 3 2 and 3 to 1. So this three dosages has already been taken by this patient, so it will not get anything. So the remaining one, 2, 6 and 12. So 12 plus 6 plus 2 is 20. So on the last day, you push this 5 patients. 5 patients, 4 3, this 2 and 1 they have finished. So 3 into 1 3, 4 into 2 8, 8 5, 5 into 3 15, 15 plus 8 plus 3, which is 26. So what process I have done to find the units of consumption of your medicine dosage? So this process is called as convolution. So what is this convolution? You have two signals, x1 and x2. What I will do for x2, I will flip the signal for x2, then I will 1 minute. Okay, so if you have two signals, x1 and x2, what you will do, the first signal you will keep it as it is. So x1, if you can observe here, I have kept as it is, but this x2 I have flipped. Then I have shifted, multiply and add. So this process of finding the units of dosages is nothing but convolution. So I have made you understand you mathematically the process of convolution. So what you have to do, keep the first signal as it is, you take the mirror image of the second signal, shift it, multiply add, shift multiply add. So this process is called as convolution. So I have taken the practical example because you have to get the idea behind convolution. So you are an engineer, so your practical application should be there. So on that basis I have shown you. So now I have shown you in terms of numbers what is convolution. So but the beauty of signals is you can observe the signal and you can get to know what is that. So for some people it will be difficult to understand numbers, so they can visualize things. Okay, so let me introduce now what is this convolution, how it is defined. Okay, so suppose f of t and g of t, they are two separate function. Okay, then the convolution of f of t when convolved with g of t, which is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity f of tau g of t minus tau d tau. So this is the definition of convolution. I did not introduce you at the beginning to this definition because you will get afraid. Oh sir, this is integration, so it will be difficult for me to understand things. No, it's just a simple operation. Okay, so let us understand what is this equation and let's visualize things. Okay, so let's see this equation and what does each thing indicates, I will say you. So f of t, so this is your input to your LTI system. So this is your impulse response. So this is your impulse response. I told you how to get the impulse response of the system. So please refer it, or there are like many materials available. Go previously and refer to that. So you have input, you have the impulse response, Then what is this integration from minus infinity to infinity? So this is nothing but integration means you're finding the area under the product of these two. So this is the product. So integration. So you are finding the area under the product of f of tau and g of t minus tau. So you are, so this is some separate process. Okay, no need to panic about this one. So let us understand this one in terms of signals so that your fear will go off. Okay, now so let us take two signal f of t and g of t. So this is signal number one and signal number two. So what does our convolution says? Convolution of two signal f of t convolved with g of t, you will get integral minus infinity to infinity f of tau g of t minus tau d tau. So let's see how this operation of convolution works. Okay, so let us take this f of tau here and this one g of tau. So let it be a two square boxes. So this is f of tau and this is g of tau. So now we are going to perform convolution on these two signals. So how are we going to perform? Okay, so if you observe this perfectly, this equation, we have g of t minus tau. So we will do this g of minus tau first. So this is g of tau. So how does g of minus tau look? It is nothing but the mirror image. So we will take the mirror image. So this is g of minus tau. So this is your second signal. Okay, so imagine this I have taken as g of minus tau. Another question you may ask, sir, it is t, no sir, from where this tau came? So this tau is nothing but a dummy variable. So let me explain. So let us take at time t equal to 0, this is g of minus tau. So if I want at t equal to some 0.5, what do I do? I will shift this one for some particular amount of time. So that time, what it will become? G of t minus tau. So for example, G of 0.5 minus tau in this case. So we will take this tau as a dummy variable. So what I am doing in convolution is that, so you have two signal, signal 1 f of tau and signal 2 g of tau. Now if you want to get the convolution of these two signals, what you have to do? First g of minus tau we will take. So it is just the mirror image, okay, of this one. Then what we have to do? We have to shift it, g of t minus tau. It is not only minus tau, t minus tau. So what is this t minus tau? We have to shift it. Okay, shift it. Okay, again I repeat, we have to shift it. So let me shift it. Okay, so if I shift it, I'll go on shifting up till this point p. If you concentrate on this equation, what does this says? F of tau convolution with g of tau integral minus infinity to infinity f of tau into multiply by g of t minus tau. So if you multiply this f of tau with g of t minus tau and take the area under that, you will get the convolution. Okay, so what is this? Integral minus infinity to infinity f of tau and g of t minus tau. So we have taken g of minus tau and g of t minus tau, we are shifting it. Now what is remaining? Multiplying and taking the area. So multiplying up till this point, what is the value of f of tau? It is 0. So your convolution value up till this point P is what? Is 0. So up till point P, your convolution product is 0. But now this g of t minus tau, I am saying up till point P, okay. But after that, what will happen? So this g of t minus tau will overlap with this one, okay. So if it overlaps, so this g of t minus tau will starts overlapping. So this is the first place where we have to take the convolution. So what is this convolution? Integral minus infinity to infinity f of tau g of t minus tau. So what is happening here? We have to take the product of this one and take the area. So what is happening to the area? It's going on increasing. So this convolution will go on increasing. Then what happens if you shift this g of t minus tau again to the right side and going? So there will be a point where there will be a perfect overlap. So g of t minus tau and this f of tau will overlap and area will be maximum. So area becomes maximum. So if you push this like a window, so imagine this f of tau as stationary and you're pushing this g of t minus tau just like a window. How do you push your window in your houses? Same thing, concept is same. So the back thing f of tau is just like grills of your window and this g of t minus tau is your windows in your house. So you're pushing this window slowly side by side. So what is the area here? It is less starting, and then if you start pushing this on right side, exactly it will overlap and it will area will be maximum. So our convolution will be maximum here, okay. So area goes on increasing and your convolution product will be maximum at this point where there is perfect overlap. So after this overlap, what happens? So it should leave that, right? So this is f of tau and this is your g of t minus tau. So it should leave. So it's going on right side. So again your area goes on decreasing and it becomes equal to 0 because it's going on right side. And after this one, your f of t will be here and g of t will be here. And what happens? Your area will become 0. So this is how you should understand convolution between two signals f of tau and g of tau, and this is the thing which you are getting from convolution, okay. So I wanted you to understand the concept of convolution, okay. So I know it might be hard for you to digest these things, so there is an animation I will show you. This will help you understand better, okay. Okay, so now see that first blue signal, like stone it is sitting, and see that red one, it is sliding. So you see this red one, when it comes up till that 0.5, nothing. Once it start crossing that 0.5, see it increasing and area will be maximum and then it goes decreasing, okay. So that black color triangle which you get is the convolution of these two signals, blue and red. So I repeat again, you have the first signal which is blue in color, which is f of tau. You have your second signal which is g of t minus tau, which is represented in red color, and then we are taking the convolution by using the formula, and whatever the resultant you get, that is nothing but your triangle, which is f of, which is the convolution of f and g. So this is how you need to visualize things in signals, okay. So the second one I will show you, okay. Here you have one exponential decaying signal and the second one you have a triangle like window type, see how the convolution is going for this operation. Okay, so let's see when it comes again. Okay, yes, start now. Now you see it is 0. Once it crosses this 0, area goes on increasing, chakachak, and full maximum, and then it goes on decreasing. So whatever that black color you're seeing, it's the convolution of these two signals. Okay, so this is how you have to understand this process of convolution, and we will solve some problems in the next class. So what we have studied today, we have studied the basic idea of convolution, how to visualize convolution. From next class onwards, we will do some derivation, and we will solve some problems with respect to convolution. Okay, okay, that's it for today, guys. Bye.